Yo, what is up, guys? Tenkaichi over here doing another reaction. And today we got a wake up call to the Sparking Zero community video here by AmbassadorPlays. He's got 1K subs, all that good stuff. I'll leave his link down to his video down below. But I definitely agree that there needs to be a wake up call in the Sparking Zero community. And I'm going to give my takes before we get into this because this is a long video. It's 20 minutes long. So hell, during my reaction, I might even cut the video short if I think that he gone over some points that I think that are important. So we might not watch the whole entire thing. If you want to watch the whole entire thing, go ahead. But I'm going to try not to talk as much as in this one because I don't want to waste your guys' time, especially since some of y'all are probably thinking the same things as me. Maybe not, maybe you are. But either way, let's go ahead and get straight into it. Let's see what he has to say. I'll leave a like, obviously. But yeah, I definitely
What's going
think
on? I hope
that
everybody's
this
doing all
community
right. I hope.
needs a giant wake up call. Because don't get me wrong, when I was overseas and I got this game, the first thing I was thinking about is that when I get home, I am going to go crazy on this game. Or even if I have time to make content, which I made like 2, 3 videos. At least of me playing the game, not like, reaction content. But it's like, the more I thought about it when it came to making content creation, this is also probably my bad. But the more I thought about it, when I got this game and then I started seeing the content online, it kind of discouraged me from making content on this game. Because everybody and their mama was just trying to be the #1 Sparking Zero creator. Which isn't a bad goal, but that's what everybody was trying to do. I was like, where's the... Well, not everybody. Like, the larger creators, they were kind of just having their fun with it. And honestly, those are the fun videos. But it's like everybody was just trying to be #1, which was starting unnecessary beef and all sorts of other bullshit. Like, the community got toxic real quick. Especially if you go on stuff like TikTok, whatnot. There was so many unnecessary beefs and whatnot that it's not even funny. But it's like, what happened to just having fun? You know? That's what we bought this game for in the first place. That's the reason we even played the old Budokai Tenkaichi. Is because it was fun. And isn't that why we're supposed to be playing video games in the first place? Hell, isn't that why we do YouTube and try and share these videos? To share how much fun, our frustrations sometimes that we're having with this game, just like show the full experience. But now everybody just, I don't get it. But hey, we'll see what this guy's got to say.
Everybody's doing okay. God bless you guys. So
God
this
bless
video
this
today
man
is going to
too.
be a little bit different than our normal video. We're really just going to talk about Sparking Zero and the problem that this community has in terms of the game and the people who play it. And so before I get into that, I'm not going to waste your time, but I just want to let you know I'm going to go down a different route than you've probably heard on most YouTube videos, especially when it comes to content creators speaking on Sparking Zero and its community and its player base and Bandai Namco, etc., etc. I'm going to be showing you guys some gameplay that I captured today and the other day while I speak, but without wasting any of your time, let's get straight into it. Don't forget to drop a like on the video if you do like the video, and comment letting me know your thoughts after you listen through this. So I want to speak to the Sparking Zero community as a whole, but the first thing I want to do is address the content creators, okay? And I think this is a pretty important topic, at least in my opinion.
It
Obviously,
is.
everything I say in this video
It
is not
definitely
gospel,
is.
it's my own opinion, but it is thought out, and I'm not getting one over on you guys. I'm not getting one over on you guys, okay? So, Sparking Zero creators need to understand that the game is what we make it. Bottom line, all right? The game is what we make it. If we want fun, we need to create fun. Emphasis on the content creators. We need to be the change that we're looking for. Now, look, I'm not trying to get deep or anything like that, but I'm hearing so many different things about this game, and a lot of things negative, okay? We want change, we want things to look different. It starts with you. The problem is you. The problem is me. You gotta be the change that you're looking for, bro. Or else we're only adding to the problem. All right, so the first point I got written down here.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna pause it here. I'm gonna explain because I know what he's talking about, and I think this plays into a huge part on why the community had so many problems and why Bandai had to do all the nerfs and buffs. Because I'm gonna be real with you when I say this, and this might sound like a crazy ass take, but there should be no reason they were nerfing these games. There's no reason there should be any nerfing that was going on in this game at all. Now, I know y'all probably about to either click off the video or y'all probably thinking I'm smoking something, but these games, specifically the Budokai Tenkaichi games, because that's what this is based off of, they're not meant to be balanced. Now, it's a good thing when it comes to this game because that's the fun of it. That's what we all came here for. But it's also bad, especially if we're talking in the content creator space. And you want to know why? Because now, especially in this day and age where there's a lot of competitive fighting games and people want to make tournaments out of this game, what do people want to do when they go into tournaments? They want to win. If you see where I'm going with this, now you know what the problem is. Because people want to win, and you got content creators out here, like I was talking about in the beginning of this video, all wanting to be the #1 best Sparking Zero creator, which, I mean, not the worst thing in the world. You know, there's always those channels out there. You know, that's how Afro got, you know, his name, which is, you know, the Hashirama King, in my opinion, in, you know, not Sparking Zero, but in Storm 4. But at the end of the day, it's like games like this aren't meant to be balanced. So when people find hacks or stuff they can exploit, and you know, in a game like this that's unbalanced, guess what people are going to do? They're going to abuse it to win, especially in a tournament setting. And that's not to say that this game can't have tournaments, but the problem is, because this game was unbalanced, the moment somebody finds cheese in this game, guess what? They're going to make a video on it because they want to get famous off of it. And then everybody's going to start doing it, which then is going to stir up a lot of toxicity in the community. And then Bandai's going to have to fix it. And then after they fix it, everybody's going to stop playing that character. And then after that, somebody's going to find some other cheese. Everybody's going to move on to, and then the cycle continues. And then the cycle, it just keeps going. It just keeps going. And I think that this should have never happened, me personally. Which is why in my first video, when I was talking about Sparking Zero and Bleach Rebirth of Souls, I was talking about if you want more of a casual game, not saying that this game can be, you know, it can't be competitive, but if you want more of a casual game, that Sparking Zero would be it. Because this is a game you can hop into, play with your favorite characters, and not have to worry about a thing, bruh. That's why we hopped into games like Raging Blast 2, you know, Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Like, that's the reason we hopped into games like this. It's because even though the characters were unbalanced, they were our favorite characters. We weren't playing them to win. We want to win, but we weren't playing them just strictly to win and be the best content creator on the planet or be the best this, that, and the third. We wanted to get on these games and just go at it. Just have plain old dumb fun. You know, and I'm going to let him speak about this because I bet he's probably going to be able to go more in depth than I can. In fact, honestly, I could probably go on for hours about this, which is why I'm going to stop yapping now. But, yeah.
Is that the reaction to the negative, right? So for instance, complaining about an issue will only do so much. It's important for you guys to understand that there's a difference between bringing a game-breaking exploit or bug / function to the light in order to eventually change it versus complaining about everything you don't like. Let me say that one more time. There is a difference in bringing a game-breaking glitch, exploit, or function to the light in order to eventually change it versus complaining about everything you don't like, all right? Listen, we are all entitled to our own opinions, but if you get on here ranting about everything you don't like, now obviously we're not perfect, right? You lose a game, you might say some stuff in the heat of the moment, but I'm talking about like when you really post videos bashing the game or bashing the community for certain things. Some things are justified, but I think other things, they're leaning more towards the things that we don't like, and we're making them seem as if they're these monumental issues when really there are more important things we need to be focusing on, right? That's what I mean, okay? The second thing I got written down here under this point of reaction to the negative is the game will never, ever be perfect, bro. The game will never be perfect. Now listen, I have no reason to advocate for Bandai Namco. I'm not getting paid, nothing. But I'm being for real, the game will never be perfect. No matter how often Bandai patches the game, it will never be perfect. And listen to me, the more Bandai patches the game to appease its content creators and or casual players and or ranked players and or competitive players, the more likely they will inadvertently break an adjacent feature. Let me run that by you one more time because I know that's a lot of words and I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna break it down to you, so stay with me, follow me here. The more Bandai patches the game to appease its content creators, casual players, or ranked players / competitive players, the more likely they will inadvertently, meaning mistakenly, break an adjacent feature, meaning a feature that was indirectly related to the feature that they were trying to patch. I'm gonna give you an example. So remember when sparking mode was being abused, if I'm not mistaken, it was only 3 skill points, right? So in an attempt to nerf sparking mode, Bandai increased the skill point requirement from 3 skill points to 4 skill points, whilst also increasing the key consumption of the Z-burst dash from one key bar to 2 key bars, right? They did both of these in the same change in order to nerf sparking mode. This attempt by Bandai that was made to appease the complaints of sparking mode abuse, right? Because a lot of content creators were getting online and complaining about it. I'm not saying it wasn't a problem. That's not what I'm saying. I'm in the middle ground right here. I'm being as unbiased as possible from both sides. You understand what I'm saying? So in an attempt to nerf this right here, Sparking Zero, they inadvertently led to what's arguably a buff in sparking mode. Well, AmbassadorPlays, what do you mean by that? Okay, the initial issue was that sparking mode was a problem because it was being spammed over and over and over again, right? And so they tried to buff it by doing the things that I just mentioned. Making sparking mode cost 1 more on the skill gauge, and then also increasing the Z burst dash from 1 key bar consumption to 2. This was an attempt to nerf. They were trying to appease the community, the content creators, but this inadvertently led to sparking being even stronger. Why? Because now people know that to close the distance, it costs way too much key. If you do that, you're going to be at a key disadvantage, so they'll just poke you here and there with key blast while their skill gauge is slightly going up gradually over time. And 4 is not that much higher than 3. In fact, it's only 1, buddy. So if you play passive, plus you get in a few Vanish Wars, you got sparking mode already. You create a little bit of distance, you do the elevator tactic, you ascend up, you ascend down. It's really hard for people to close the distance from you.
Yeah, he ain't wrong. I know I wasn't yapping there, but that's because I just wanted you guys to be able to hear his point, because I know I yapped a lot in the beginning, but he ain't wrong there, and I didn't even know that they did that. Because when I first saw, content come out for the game when it came out, the main thing that everybody was complaining about was actually the fusions, specifically Vegito and the After Image Strike. After Image Strike and Wild Sense, those were the 2 things that a lot of people were complaining about outside of Sparking. They were also complaining about the fact that Broly, when he went into Sparking mode, the first thing that people would do is just spam Key Blast and then go straight into his unblockable. So there was that. There was a lot of problems, but I think what he's talking about is fair. Because the thing is, once again, I spoke about it in the beginning, this game was meant to be unbalanced. Which is why whenever people talk about, oh, this needs to be fixed, that needs to be fixed, it's like, and now what are you going to do when a new problem pops up? This game will never, ever be perfect. It wasn't meant to be perfect in the first place. The game was supposed to be unbalanced fun. Which is why, in my opinion, I don't think that this game was meant to be, like, widely competitive, like, played for money competitive. You can be competitive in any game. But if we're talking about putting money on the line and all that shit, no. I don't think this game is meant for that kind of thing. Because it's unbalanced. It is unbalanced. And yes, I know other fighting games have metas and whatnot, but it's not as unbalanced as Sparking Zero, to where you have the kind of shit where you got health differences and all sorts of nonsense. Not saying that other games don't, but not to this extent. Like, you play a Cyberman and then you play a freaking UI Goku in any other game that's like a fighting game, like Guilty Gear Strive, like freaking Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, or, Under Night in Birth, Granblade, Grand Blue, all that. It's like if you put those characters in games like that, their health and everything else is going to be balanced to a certain degree, even if there is slight differences in change. I mean, not changes in other things. But in a game like Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, which is based off the Budokai Tenkaichi series, with how unfair the game is and the stuff that they did put into it, it wasn't meant to be just like balanced. It wasn't meant to be made for those kind of tournaments that people be watching like that, especially money tournaments. I mean, like he said earlier, with all the people complaining about all the stuff that these YouTubers find or that people find, because you already know that's how it ends up happening, is one person finds out a hack, then they see it happen, and then they're like, oh, I need to post this online so I can get clicks and views, I can get famous off of this, and then everybody starts doing it. You saw that. You saw that with the androids. The moment people figured out that you could go up and down with the androids, what did people do? That's exactly what they did. Start going up and down with the androids. They had to patch that. Insta Spark, as we already know, they were complaining about that. Boom. Shit, after image strike, 10 seconds, lowered down to 5. Boom. Wild Sense, same thing. Like, all these problems, and the game still got problems to this day from what I'm hearing. The game wasn't meant to be perfect, man. Not even saying that it was not a good game, because I still think that Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is, as far as a fighting game goes, probably the best fighting game we've gotten so far. Now, arms in the air for as far as how Bleach Rebirth of Souls is going. But as far as the best anime fighter we've gotten in a while, this game's on top. And it's going to be there for a while. Despite all the complaints, despite all this stuff. But you guys got to think about this for a second. A game that is unbalanced and wasn't made to be like traditional fighters, what do you think is going to happen when they start balancing shit that wasn't meant to be balanced in the first place? Like, I'm being dead serious. I want you guys to seriously think with your brains here. When they made these characters and they thought about Budokai Tenkaichi, why did this game become so popular in the first place? Did you think in your head for 2 seconds it was because of, oh, this game had hella tournaments or this game was hella balanced? No. When I think about Budokai Tenkaichi, I think about all the unbalanced characters and how much fun I could have being a Cyberman or being a weaker character and be able to fight off with a strong one. Or the what-if scenarios, like, hey, what if, Goku went Super Saiyan at fucking the point where he fought Vegeta instead of on Namek? Or, we saw it before, how the Vegeta going and turning Super Saiyan before he even got to Namek and he finishes off Frieza. And then he fights Goku when he turns Super Saiyan. Like, what? There's so many what-if scenarios that you could have done. But instead, the game took the path of everybody wants to be the best. We want to make tournaments, yada, yada, yada. And an unbalanced game, might I add. And now, because of that, people are finding cheese that was already in the game to begin with. But because people want to be the best and they're going to try and do whatever they can to win, especially if there's money on the line, now we got all these problems and issues and people starting beef and all yada, yada. And it's just like, and don't get me started with the online, with the whole rage quitting thing. They still haven't fixed that yet. They still, as far as I know, they still haven't fixed that yet, where if somebody rage quits against you online, then they don't lose points. As far as I know. Somebody, if they're in the comments, can tell me if they fixed that or not, but I'm pretty sure that's still a problem. And I think there's some other things too. If you guys know anything about that, tell me down below. But as far as the game goes itself, it's never not going to have problems. Every game is going to have problems. Let's be real. There's not a single fighting game out there, no matter what anybody tells you, that is perfect. Perfection doesn't even exist. Quote my Erie out here, bro. Nothing. Perfection does not exist. There will be always a flaw. Always a flaw, bro. And that's why whenever I see these videos, especially when it comes to, Bleach and Dragon Ball, especially Sparking Zero and Bleach Rebirth of Souls, when people be out here talking about how the game, is perfect and that Bleach is trash and, you guys are hyping the game up too much or you guys are doing this, that, I'm just like, bruh, I know y'all ain't talking about Sparking Zero being perfect when y'all had to patch the whole fucking game to get rid of bugs and exploits that you guys were freaking complaining about and still complaining about to this day. The game is not perfect. It's fun as shit, and I would still agree that it's the best game we've had in a long time besides, Naruto Storm 4 during this time period that we've been having, anime fighting games. But y'all gotta chill a bit because holy shit, the amount of people that were complaining, especially when this game first came out. You gotta tell me, man. I know I yapped a lot there, but
And so now sparking mode got a buff inadvertently.
I know I yapped a
Why?
lot there,
Because
but
Bandai
shit, I
was
had to
trying
let it
to
out.
appease the thing
I
that
had
you
to
were
let it out,
complaining
man.
about. I'm not saying that sparking wasn't an issue at first. I'm just trying to get y'all to see how this can happen, right? So, yeah. And so what I wrote down here is that
I gotta write some shit down
this
sometimes because
attempt
I
by
be just
Bandai was made to
yapping.
appease the complaints of the sparking mode abuse inadvertently led to what's arguably a sparking mode buff. Reason being, now that closing the distance with the Z-Burst dash costs more ki, the sparking user can easily zone their opponent whilst gaining gradual skill points in order to go instant sparking again, knowing that the best option for their opponent is to Z-Burst dash towards them, which consumes 2 bars of ki, thus putting their opponent at a ki disadvantage.
And also, if you Z-burst at your opponent and they're key blasting, they can intercept you while you're doing that. Or if you're smart, you know how to sidestep time it, you could just get right past it.
Which is detrimental to their chances of winning. AKA, in layman's terms, the dude who wants to farm sparking points so that he can go, skill gauge points so that he can go instant sparking, he's not gonna engage you, he's just gonna zone you, and every time you get close, he's gonna hit you away because he knows that for you to come in, you're gonna have to put yourself at a key disadvantage. And now you practically lost the game. If you got less key, it's GG's. It's GG's, okay? So that's the first point. We're still on the content creators. The second point that I want to
Holy
bring to
shit,
y'all,
we're only on the first
content
point?
creators, hear
God
me,
damn, I just
please.
started yapping
Especially
like
small
crazy.
content creators, for real, hear me. This one's coming from the heart, yo. This one's coming from the heart. And like I said, I have no motivation, no monetary motivation to do this.
Jesus
I'm not
Christ.
making much money off YouTube at all. I haven't even seen a check from them. I'm not sponsored by Bandai. I have no brand deals or affiliate links, nothing.
I don't think any of us
when
are
I say
getting
this, it's
sponsored
coming
by
from the
Bandai.
heart.
I'm gonna be
talking
real.
to the
They don't
content
like doing
creators.
sponsors
Listen,
like that.
especially the small content creators. Yo, my guy, my girl, don't let money, the guap, the moolah, the bread, the dough, whatever you want to say, don't let that be the main motivation behind your uploads, please, bro. It will drain the fun that you have, and also it will likely drain your audience over time.
That I'm pretty sure that's the reason why the community has died down and why a lot of people aren't really even having fun making content for the game anymore. I've not seen that many Sparking Zero videos compared to when the game first came out. This also goes back to my point in the beginning where I was talking about everybody trying to be the best, everybody, you know, starting beef, starting fights. Like, the game just became unfun because of how the content was being made. It just became unfun. And once again, you know, it's not a bad thing to be wanting to be the best, but people were going overboard with it, bro. And then once again, when people started finding exploits, you know, androids, Dr. Wheelo, all that shit, it just didn't even become fun to play the game at a certain point in time. Now, once again, they are fixing stuff, obviously, but this game was meant to be unbalanced in the first place. And I'm going to be real with you. I knew there were going to be tournaments. But when I thought about tournaments, this is just me. I wasn't thinking about tournaments in the money match kind of way. I was thinking tournaments as in, okay, we get some content creators to, you know, get them together, and then we all just start playing. That's what I was thinking about. I wasn't thinking about, oh, let's do some Guilty Gear Strive tournaments. Let's do some, you know, some stage tournaments like some shit out of Smash Ultimate. Like, if any of y'all were thinking that, you know, this game was going to get any of that Evo treatment or anything like that, I don't know what y'all was smoking. This game was unbalanced as hell. There's no way in hell. And we saw that with the French tournament. I don't think they've done any, as far as I know, Sparking Zero tournaments since that day, especially since some of the Sparking Zero best players who participated in some of those tournaments even quit the game competitively. Like, and then as far as the YouTube thing, I'm going to be real with you. If you ain't doing this for fun, your content's just going to suffer anyways. Your content's gonna, and your audience, like he said, your audience is gonna see it. It's the same reason why I don't be just making certain I just make what I want, bro. I'm gonna be real. I don't care how popular a subject is. I don't care how popular this, that. If I want to talk about it, I'll talk about it. It's the reason I'm yapping about this right now. It's because I'm passionate about it. I want to talk about this because I feel like that this game could have had the kind of community that something like Storm 4 did, where people were just having fun with the game. Regardless of the tournaments, regardless of the money, regardless of all that, people were just having fun with it. Hell, shit. It's how Heavenly Controller blew up. He just started modding the game and doing fun shit with it and blew up. Now, obviously, he did some pretty dumb stuff, which is why, you don't see him around a lot. But, like, just as an example, like, that's the reason why. It's the reason why, to this day, the BlazBlue, BB tag, cross tag battle, they are still alive to this day and making content. There's a whole subsection of those people just still making content and having fun with the game because everybody's having fun with it. It may not get the most views. It may not, do this, that, and the third. But it's like they're having fun. And that's why that community is so huge and why people, even YouTubers, are having success with that game and, being able to transfer into other fighting games and, do YouTube. Like, I don't know, man. I could really yap, bro. I could really yap about all this that he's speaking about. He is speaking facts. I'm actually going to leave him a subscribe because he is speaking facts. This might be a long video, y'all. It's 25 minutes and we're only 8 minutes in, bro. I might just watch the whole thing because he's speaking. He is speaking, bro. I think this is what we needed. I know Makai San did a whole video talking about, with a bunch of streamers in a Twitter space, but I think this was the video that we needed, man.
Listen, bro, we are content creators. We make content. We create content for an audience. Without the consumer, there is no product.
Yeah.
Right? The product that we make is the content that we create. And the consumer are the people who watch our videos. Oftentimes, when this product is being pushed out due to monetary gain as the highest motivator, the consumers are going to feel that, right? The consumers are going to feel that.
Shit, more than feel it. You'll be able to hear it, bro.
Now, what I'm saying is not gospel, it's not absolute fact, it's not even proven fact for all content creators, okay? But generally speaking, oftentimes something that I've noticed is that content creators tend to upload what they know will get views. This is not inherently wrong. We all have a job to do and we dream to make good money on this platform called YouTube one day. I would just advise that the content creators be very cautious of letting dollar signs become the main motivation behind your content creation. Some negative side effects of this, especially for smaller content creators, can be lack of creativity, lack of uniqueness, lack of actually enjoying the content that you create, and you become agitated and unsatisfied. Not only you, but your viewers do too.
And it's going to cause burnout. If you're making something you don't like, you can go and do it for years. Sometimes even you can do it for weeks, months, years, but eventually you're just gonna hate it. You're gonna hate it. You're gonna turn something that you loved, which would be content creation or Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, into something that you hate. And I've seen that happen before, especially with a lot of YouTubers that started out in the early days of like the 2005 to 2010, hell, I'd say 2017 era. There were a lot of YouTubers that I remember watching or that I had seen blow up because they were covering content that they hated, but because it made money or it got them views or whatnot, it's like they kept doing it and doing it and doing it. But then eventually you just started to see that their content started, they started dropping off. They stopped uploading as much. And hell, even some of them admitted to the fact that the content they did, they were only doing it to get the views and all that, especially when people started making money and whatnot. It's like, they started admitting to the fact that they hated what they were doing, and that's why they were either switching their content up or even some of them just quit YouTube entirely. That's why, once again, I just create content that I like, bro. I just yap about whatever. Whether it be Bleach, my favorite franchise out of the big three, whether it be Dragon Ball, like what we're talking about right now, gaming, anime, whatever. Like, sometimes people will agree with me, sometimes people won't agree with me. We saw that when I reacted to that Hassan video and whatnot. I don't care. If I'm interested in something, I'm going to react to it. I'm going to give my honest takes. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, if it's not something I want to do, people are going to feel that. People are going to see that. They're going to just hear it in my voice, man. Like, they'll just be able to tell that I'm not in it. I'm just doing it for the views. And at the end of the day, once he said it himself, we're here to make content for you guys. And without the audience, what are we? Just another person on the internet throwing our voice out there. But, I digress, man. Once again, this is about to be a long video, bro. They got me in my feels right now. This guy is spitting, bro. Get him in church.
Now, hear me. I want to play both sides. I want to be in the middle, as unbiased as possible. You can't satisfy everybody. I understand content creators.
It's
Somebody always
impossible.
gonna find a problem with what you're doing.
It's impossible.
Okay, you can't be perfect. I can't be perfect. Nobody out here who's listening to this can be perfect, right? You can't satisfy everyone, but people can feel when a creator is uploading just for money. All right, you got to be very.
Not feel. They don't even need to feel. They just look at your content. I had somebody in my comment section talking about how I was only, commenting on the whole Hassan thing with the Trash Taste podcast because I was trying to hop on the political bandwagon. And I'm just looking at that comment. I'm just like, bro, if I wanted to hop on the whole political bandwagon, the Hassan Piker bandwagon hate train, I would just be making videos about him. Bro, like, my whole channel is anime based. What are you yapping about? Like, what the hell? Now going back to my point, though, it's like, no, you'll be able to tell. Because when something really popular pops up, they'll go from what they were doing or what they were enjoying before to being like, oh, shit, this is something I can make money off of. And you'll lose a lot of your audience doing that. The algorithm won't that'll also screw over your freaking channel because the algorithm won't know what to do about it. They will not know what to do about it because the way the algorithm on YouTube works is, especially when you're posting your first couple of videos, your first 100 or so, is they're going to put you in a certain subcategory or a category. They're going to push your videos to a certain audience to see, okay, what are these people liking that this guy is making? Because obviously YouTube's job is to make money, and then in order to make money, they need to keep people on the platform. So they're going to push your content to a certain audience. But then if you switch your audience, then it's like, okay, we're going to push this video again and see what happens. And if they ain't liking it, it's just not going to go nowhere. It will kill your channel. That's why there's that whole thing where it's like you got to stick in your niche and kind of build up your channel at first. Make some videos on one topic before you start actually expanding. Like, make your first 100 videos on a topic that you enjoy before you start going and switching all your stuff around. I even say wait until you get your first 1,000 subs, in my opinion, before you start doing something like that. And even then, like, do it sparingly. Because you're going to screw yourself over by doing that. And to be honest, once again, he said it himself, people are going to see that shit so easy. So easy.
Very careful, man. They say it's a reason they say you gotta fall in love with the process. It's a reason they say it's for the love of the game, right? When you think about NBA players like Steph Curry, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, some of the greats of our generation, of our current time, I'm not saying that money is not an incentive for them to play, but it's not the main reason for them to play. They love the sport. They would play the sport even if they're not getting paid to play the sport, which is why they teach their kids.
By the way, I'm commenting on the gameplay here. I don't know what this freaking Gohan's doing, because I can clearly tell that the one that's in Super Saiyan is trying to do a beam struggle to finish it off, because we have that classic rule that if you still have health left, we're just going to let a beam clash settle it. But I don't know. Me personally, if I was the one that's at low health right now, I'm going for the beam clash. I'm ending it with a bang.
To play the sport, right? And I'm not saying money's not important, but I'm saying if money's driving the reason you're making videos, if the type of videos you're making are always to get the most views and not what you actually deem as creative or a good idea, I just warn against it, man. I'm not judging you, I'm not condemning you, but I'm warning you. Like, I just warn against it, bro. I warn against you, and that's from the heart, for real. That's from the heart, for real, okay? This next one
spitting, bro.
is in regard to bigger content creators. What seems to happen is that after the initial hype, like, Sparking Zero was super hyped up, if the creator has not been intentional about making the game fun, they only typically upload the game when the DLC drops. In large part because they know it will be highly searched, and also a new sense of excitement that they have, but it fades and they end up eventually with the same problem from before: boredom, lack of fun, which leads to not uploading the game consistently, uploading other stuff. I'm not here to call anybody out. That's not the kind of guy I am. But I'm pretty sure y'all can name some of the big content creators who you saw talking about how hyped they were for this game, how it's been X amount of years in the making, double digit years in the making, and look at their channels now. They very seldom upload Sparking Zero content. Why do you?
Yeah, no, they ain't wrong. I mean, this ain't to call out nobody, but, some of the people I watch, like, for instance, Afro specifically, he made a lot of content on this game at first, but then he kind of like started tapering off again, and then started making other content, which is it's fun. I actually like watching his variety content. I think that's what makes his channel special. Is he plays a huge variety of games. He doesn't just play one game, But he was one of the ones that I think, me personally, I thought he was about to go crazy on that game. I thought that he was about to be, back in his Storm 4 days, with this game. But, as he started playing the game, and then as we started seeing issues, he kind of tapered off a bit. He came back for the DLC, playing Beast Go On and whatnot. I believe he did. And then now he's doing, now he's doing, what is it? I'm pretty sure Elden Ring. And he's having fun with the new Elden Ring. It's like Elden Ring, but it's like, I forgot the game that it's kind of like going based off of, but, and he's having fun with it. And that's, once again, at the end of the day, I when making content, you want to have fun, bro. You just want to have fun with it. Not all the time is it going to be fun, but with the content that majority of it's going to be made, you want to have fun with it at the end of the day. And it seems like he has fun doing what he's doing. So, me personally, I don't blame the huge content creators from doing that. I really don't. Because at the end of the day, it is their channel, and they can do what they want. But I feel like a lot of the reason why they don't, though, is because I bet, especially them, they've been in this space for a very long time. I bet they could see that this game was just getting way too toxic. It wasn't as fun. I bet pretty much everybody watched that tournament with the French dudes and saw that the androids were running rampant. It was just like, well, GG's. I feel like that tournament just drove off a lot of players. I think that was what really killed the community, in my opinion, was that tournament. As fun as it was for some of the matches, that whole Android or Doctor, and then the exploits with Dr. Wheelo and all that, it just killed it, man. It just killed it. It really did. Because I bet in a lot of people's heads, especially those people who are casual and don't play the game competitively, because believe it or not, everybody on this game isn't going to be wanting to be the best. They're not trying to hop off work after an 8 to 10 hour shift, come home, and then run into a UI Goku every match, a Dr. Wheelo every match, the androids every match, because everybody wants to be the best. Or let alone the fact that they don't want to hop on, play a match, somehow win, and then their opponent just completely, rage quits, and then it's like, what did I do that for? Because once again, keep in mind, these people got jobs. These people got stuff outside of their life, and they're just trying to hop on, win or lose, have a good time. But how the hell are they doing that if they keep running into the same thing over and over and over again? Me personally, I knew that there was going to be a meta to this game, especially once you hit the top ranks. But even still, I was thinking, I'm like, bro, I can't wait to see who I run into when I'm online. But then we get online and only like the top 10 to 20 characters are being played. You don't even see 90% of the damn cast. Like, what are we doing? There's over 100 and something characters on here, and we only see 10 of them. Like, what is going on? But, I mean, I digress.
I think that is. They're not having fun. But I promise you, this game is fun if you make it fun. But we're going to get to that, all right? We're going to get to that. So
this guy's cooking, by the way.
We're almost done.
We're reacting to the whole thing.
And the second point I got for this right here, content creators.
He's cooking.
Let your love of the game fuel you in finding ways to have fun. See, I told you we were going to get there. We're there now. Let your love of the game fuel you in finding ways to have fun. It's my belief, my personal belief, AmbassadorPlays belief, that Sparking Zero is a very good game. Dare I say great.
Damn straight.
Some of y'all are mad. Some of y'all are going into the comments and typing right now as soon as I said that because you disagree. That's
yeah,
okay.
No, I guarantee there are the people doing that. Because there are those elitists out there that think this game is the best thing since sliced bread. Trust me. Trust me. There are people out there that think this game is pretty much perfect and will be the game to feed families for decades. And it's not all that. It's a good game. It's fun as hell. Probably the best anime game that we've had drop in a long time since Storm 4, in my opinion. But it ain't all that, man. You gotta calm it down a bit.
That's my opinion. You want to know why I say it's a good game and almost a great game? I wouldn't even be mad by saying it's a great game. In terms of functionality, possibilities, the creative power, the creative control that they give you in this game, or the creative control that you can bring to this game, that's a better way to phrase it. Oh, it's great. There are a lot of things to do, especially when you start building a community and you meet cool folks that are willing to help you out with stuff, right? The problem lies in our approach to the game. You feel me? Don't just play for rank, play for fun, bro. Listen,
I'm telling you, that's what he's spitting. I'm telling you, he's spitting. So many people when this game came out were all hyping. Like, I thought we was about to get some crazy shit on YouTube when it came to some of these matches that I was about to be seeing. But you know what we got instead? Everybody uploading the same ranked content, bro. No, and to make things worse, people were beefing, people weren't having fun, people were trying to find the craziest exploits and then call themselves the best. Like, bro, what are we doing? What are we doing, man? The game is supposed to be fun. I thought we were all getting into this game so that we could have Dr. fucking Wheelo go against fucking UI Goku, or have the Cyberman go against fucking Super Saiyan Goku, Super Saiyan Vegeta, like just have some funny ass shit happen. But you know what we got instead? Everybody's saying that, you know, they're the best Z rank. I'm the best Z rank. You know, I found this exploit that, you know, now it's broken, so now I'm the best. It was like, what? It's like, what are we doing? And then after that, you find two people beefing online talking about, oh, yeah, I'm the best because I do that. Oh, you did. It's like, oh my God, bro. It could, like, this game's got so much untapped potential. Believe it or not, even though the game's, well, it hasn't been out that long, this game has so much untapped potential that people just ain't reaching into. And that includes myself, but that's also because I'm not feeling making content on this game right now. And if I don't feel like making content on the game, and I try and make content on the game, well, then guess what? It's going to sound terrible, the content's not going to be great, and, you know, we went over this already. But, like, I believe that this game has so much it has so much potential, man. It does. It really does. And it hurts me to say, bro, because it's not being used. Like, we are all Goku right now trying to struggle to get to Super Saiyan 2. And Gohan, which is Sparking Zero in this case, is just there showing us the potential of what we could do, how much fun we could have with this game, how much cool content we could have with this game, man. And it's just going to be like, I feel like when this game finally comes to the point where people start making fun content, it's going to be already too late. I really hope it doesn't get to that point, but oh my gosh, man. This game has so much untapped potential. It really does. And I really hope people, you know, finally get past the ranked mode, finally get past the I need to be the best shit, and finally just start making cool content. I really hope so.
I used to be top 50 in the entire world for PS5. Before everybody started using these crazy OD cheesy characters, before I hit Z rank, when I was from S5 to S1, it was a point in time I think I was top 43 in the entire world for PS5. Hundreds of thousands of people playing. So I'm saying that to say, not to brag, you know what I'm saying? I'm good at the game. I'm not crazy. I'm not the best person you ever seen. I say that to say I like rank too, but don't just play for rank, bro. You're gonna go insane. You're gonna break your monitor. You're gonna smash it.
You will. Trust me, you will. You will, bro. It's the reason why I don't play Pokemon Unite as much as I used to anymore. When I hop on ranked mode in Pokemon Unite, I gotta have an is what it is mentality. Because when I used to play that game, and I used to get hella competitive in that game, because believe it or not, I wanted to go hella competitive in Pokemon Unite. It's like, bro, that first season with Absol, if it wasn't for my temperament and how I know how much some of the stuff that I have cost, and I was like really raging, I could have broke so much shit. And I think by the time it got to the second season of Unite, I kind of just jumped into the it is what it is category, where it's like, you know, when stuff happens, stuff happens. And I want to have fun with the game. I want to have fun with this, and it's the same with Sparking Zero. It's the same with Sparking Zero. People have just got to let go of the I'm the best mentality, or I need to be the best mentality. Because I'm going to be real with this game, it's not even meant to be, like I said earlier, one of those competitive games that you're about to be seeing on a stage. It's not. Name how many tournaments that you guys have seen from official Bandai Namco or any other place where this game's about to be up there with Street Fighter, Guilty Gear, Blaze Blue, or any of that. Name how many times you've seen that, especially after that Android nonsense. Like, this game, if you guys haven't figured it out already, is not meant to be doing all that. Not saying it can't be competitive, but it's not meant for it. It's unbalanced. It's supposed to be fun. Like, the only I thought, for me personally, outside of the rank content and outside of all the other stuff, I thought we was going to see a lot of content out there talk about custom battles. You know, I thought we was going to be seeing a lot of fun things out of that. And yes, there have been some fun ones that I've seen on YouTube, but it's like, come on, bro. Like, it's so underutilized. It's so underutilized, and it's insane. It's insane, bro. I don't know if Bleach is gonna get something like that, but if they had a Bleach where you can make like a custom battle, do you know what I would be doing in that shit, bro? Do you know what kind of custom fights I would be doing up in that if they had a game mode like that in Bleach Rebirth of Souls? Like, I don't know if they're gonna announce that or not, but imagine if it did, bro. Do you know what I would be freaking doing in that game? Man. Man.
Control on the guy. You gonna uninstall the game. How many times have y'all seen the title? I uninstalled Sparking Zero after this. You feel me? Don't just play for the rank, bro. Alright?
And also, who's gonna care? I'm gonna be real. Like, you didn't see anybody really get any, like, I mean, the people who were going for it. Like, you didn't see anybody get clout for saying they were the #1. So, yeah, okay, I'm #1 at Sparking Zero. Who cares? You're not making money off of it. You might get a sense of accomplishment, which means go ahead, but you're not making money off of it. You're not getting invited out to tournaments for it. You're not getting anything for it. It's the same reason I kind of stopped playing Unite more, well, competitively. Like, my goal was to get to Masters every single time, you know, thinking that if I did that, you know, I might get some invites, I might get some clout and everything like that, you know, whatever. And then I thought about it more, and I'm just like, what am I doing, man? What am I doing? I got a job outside of what I'm doing on YouTube. Like, I'm not getting anything for doing this. It doesn't even it got to a point where it wasn't even satisfying for me to do it anymore. You know? And Jesus Christ, this video is about to be long as shit. Holy crap, where we at? We are at the like 40-minute mark. Whew, this guy was cooking. But yeah, it's like, what? I don't know, man. I could go on. I could probably live stream this shit. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why I haven't. I could go real, like, hold. I could yap about this for days until my voice goes out, bro. But you guys get what I'm saying.
So the problem lies in our approach to the game. Don't just play for rank, play for fun. After all, bro, what are games for? What are video games for?
There you have it.
Fun, bro. That's what they were made for. Fun and entertainment. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
This
Fun
guy
and
is
entertainment. It sounds so simple, so cliche. Don't forget to have fun. Bro, don't just turn on the camera to make some bread, bro. And I understand everybody got to chase a bag, right? Everybody want to, you know, do something that they love, that they're passionate about, that actually ends up putting money into their pockets. There's nothing wrong with that. But when that's your leading factor, you might be in a little bit of trouble now. Now fun starts creeping out the window. Now creativity starts creeping out the window. But don't forget to have fun.
I'm gonna be real. Oh man, I might be saying a hard ass take on this one, but I think the popularity of becoming a content creator for these fighting games has killed the fun in the games, which is why you see a lot of people talk about, you know, I wonder why now I don't have as much fun with these games now like I did as a kid. You want to know why? Because you took the fun out of it, because now you're trying to make money off of it. Not saying that's a bad thing, but if that's your primary money, if that's like your primary reason is the money over the fun, then what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen, man? Like, I'm being dead serious. Like, the reason we had so much dumb fun with these games back then, Budokai and all of that, the reason why we had so much fun with these games is because we weren't thinking about the views we were going to get. We weren't thinking about all the clout we were going to get. We weren't thinking about bragging to our friends on social media or bragging to people on social media that we were #1. We weren't out here trying to find the best exploits so that we could, you know, do this, that, and the third. We were just hopping on the game with our homies and having plain old-fashioned fun, bro. I can't really speak for the new gens because you guys probably weren't born around that time when Budokai was a thing, or hell, even older, like the older Naruto games. But that's why I remember playing these games. Like Raging Blast 3, I know 3 might be Raging Blast 2 on the Xbox 360, bro. I hopped on that shit so that me and my brother could be out here breaking joysticks trying to do beam clashes, bro. That's why I was playing it. I wasn't out here trying to be the number one. But yeah.
I can't tell you some of the best times I've had on Sparking Zero were with some of the homies that I've met through my content creation journey since Sparking Zero dropped and became, you know, PlayStation friends with, and we're chilling, kicking it in a lobby. We're doing lore accurate battles on Sparking Zero. We're doing what if battles on Sparking Zero. We're doing father-son battles on Sparking Zero. All kinds of stuff. That's some of the funnest stuff I done did on this game. Now hear me. And this and we almost.
Oh shit, his mic cut out. Oh shit, his mic cut out. Oh no. Don't tell me this is how
my headset died. I had to.
I was about to say, don't tell me this is how it ends.
We're almost done.
Bro, that's how you know this video genuine. The freaking mic cut out and he's still going. No editing, no nothing, bro. This guy is a freaking beast.
We're nearing the end of the video right here. What was I saying?
No cuts, no nothing.
Like, that some of the best times I ever had was
that's how you know this video is genuine.
With the homies, the people that I met, cool folks, chill folks who are actually trying to recreate Dragon Ball Z in the game. Feel like you're actually in Dragon Ball Z, bro. That's what they made this game for, to really.
Yeah, which is hilarious because he literally said it. That's what they made this game for. When we were watching those trailers, guess what? The first thing that we saw was recreate the battles in Dragon Ball Z. All the battles. The canon ones, the non-canon ones, the ones you want to make up in your head. That's what we should be doing, man.
Feel like you're in Dragon Ball Z, doing all kinds of fights. And listen, everybody always want to compare it to Budokai Tenkaichi 3 and Budokai Tenkaichi 2 and Raging Blast and things like that. There's no problem with that. But if you're stuck in the past, you won't appreciate the present. Let me say that one more time. If you're stuck in the past, you won't appreciate the present, and you sure won't look forward to the future. You feel me? And so it's not bad to appreciate BT3, but bro, you're gonna make yourself miserable by comparing this game in every aspect to BT3 because it's never gonna be BT3. Times have changed.
Yep,
people do anything to win now.
Yep.
That's why you have to make sure you bring the fun to the game because it's there. It's there.
there.
It lies in our approach, bro.
Facts.
And I'm not talking like I never get frustrated at this game. Like I don't want to close the application sometimes. I do. But when I feel like that, it's because I'm not bringing the fun to the game. It's very simple. It's so easy, we make it difficult. I'm serious. Doesn't it sound crazy? It's so easy, we make it difficult. Why did people love BT3 and BT2 and even the first Budokai Tenkaichi game? Because that was back in a time where those games were primarily played with your friends and family on the couch during whatever time. That's why it was so fun. Because you're not doing anything you can to win. Now, it's always going to be weirdos out there. I'm pretty sure there was somebody who was playing his younger brother using Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and his younger brother had Chaozu.
You already know
and he was just going crazy. But for the most part, people just had fun. And one person usually is better than the other person, but it doesn't matter too much because y'all are playing to have
y'all
fun.
just chilling, man.
Nowadays, you got to understand from Bandai Namco perspective, not only are they thinking about money, they're thinking about rank. Bandai already said that this game was not meant to be balanced. This game was meant to capture the power scaling of Dragon Ball Z. So right there off the rip, they really told you everything you needed to know.
Yep.
Now, what I will
say is, they told y'all this game wasn't about to be like that, bro. I said it. They literally told y'all that this game is not about being no main stage, Tekken, Smash Ultimate, Guilty Gear, Blaze Blue, none of that. This game is not going to be that. And once again, when they tried it, we all saw what happened. People found the most crazy exploits they could ever find before the tournament started. And we got gameplay that was so bad during that tournament that even the commentators themselves didn't want to commentate over the damn gameplay, bro. That's how boring this shit was. That should have never happened. Like that, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero and boring shouldn't even be in the same sentence, for real. Not saying that people can't get bored with the game, because that's going to happen to some people eventually, move on and whatnot. But as early as this game has come out, it hasn't even been a year yet. There should be no one in this damn community talking about how boring this game is. But because of how people were playing in that tournament and the whole, we needed this game to be like one of these mainstream fighters and one of these, FGC games, and we want to get it on the big screen. Then now, people who want to win, especially with money on the line, boom, start finding exploits, start finding all this, the cheese and all that. And what did we get? What did we get, man? Like, come on.
Counterintuitive on Bandai's part, because if you know that the game is not balanced and made to be played competitive, don't like the competitive mode in and of itself is going to need tweaking, because if you say a product is not meant to be competitive but then you put a competitive mode in there, now that's counterintuitive. That's where the problem lies. That's on Bandai's part. But I wanted to say that because we got a part 2, and so I'm gonna wrap it up with this, bro. Bandai Namco is not perfect. Sparking Zero by no means is perfect. It has its bugs, it has its glitches. For content creators, I think my main message to y'all is, let's focus on the game breaking stuff. Not just the stuff you don't like, but the stuff that really will ruin the game and have somebody put it down forever. Like, focus on that when we're making videos and stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff that's annoying that we would like to be fixed, but in all reality, it's not game breaking. It's not as urgent as we make it seem, all right? And then the rest of the community out there, have fun. Stop being weird all the time. Okay, I understand it might be fun from time to time to use Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, bro. If you're on ranked and you're using MUI and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, at the end of the day, you bought this game for however much you pay for it. I can't control what you do. But, bro, give it a break. You know good and well MUI is not every last one of y'all favorite characters.
Damn straight. And we saw what happened when the androids got nerfed. Everybody talk about, oh yeah, the androids are my favorite characters. The androids are my favorite characters. I love the androids. Yeah, what happened after they got nerfed? Nobody playing them. I don't see nobody yapping now. And I guarantee if they were to nerf UI Goku and, if they were to nerf Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta to the point where they're not getting the cheese and all the shit that they do have now, guess exactly what would happen. There'd probably be people who still play them. The people who actually like the character. But for those people who are just trying to win, you're going to see that drop off. You're going to see that drop off.
Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is not every last one of y'all favorite characters. Use some other people, man. Make it fun for yourself. I promise you. Because some of y'all have never used somebody under 9 DP. He's spitting, bro. Y'all have never touched
the same 10 characters every single time, bro. The same 10. Like, if I go on to Sparking right now, I guarantee if I look at the top players on that list, it's going to be the same top 10 characters in the roster. You're not going to see one different character, bro.
Character under 9 DP. Try it out, bro. See how much fun you have. I'm serious. Try it out, bro. Put the computer on easy if you have to, and try it out, bro, for real. And then, yeah, man, that's it. So,
this guy is...
Let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this video. Like I said, it is a different take. I'm trying to play the middle ground and really see things from both sides. But as somebody who is a small content creator, who is, competitive in nature, I like to win. Winning is the funnest thing in the world for me. So don't get it twisted what I'm saying. I like to win. I like to play with honor. I like to, respect my opponents and not try to cheese them out. That's who I am. But not everybody is the same, bro. And you can't always knock people for not thinking how you think. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's facts.
We in a world where everybody's brain works different. You got like-minded people and you got people who are complete opposites.
This dude is spitting,
you gotta live with them. But at the end of the day, you pay good money for this game. Don't let anybody else rob you of the fun that you deserve to have on this game, especially if you're a content creator. Because if I can have fun on the game, I know anybody can. All right, God bless. I'll catch y'all in the next one.
Bro, this dude sounds like a homie I could just sit on the couch with and just chill with this game for hours, man. Like, bruh. Shit, clap it up, man. I usually don't glaze when it comes to make content creators, but I'm being serious when I say, man, I want this man to get to 2K. Like, for any of my subscribers who see this video, I want this man at 2K, bro. He's cooking, and this was made a month ago. He cooked. He cooked, man, and I got nothing else to say. He cooked, man. I'll leave his video down below. I ain't got no. He said it perfectly. He said it perfectly, man. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know what you guys thought of the video. I know I did my fair bit of yapping, but you know, there's so much untapped potential with this game, man. There really is, and with content creation around this game too. I just hope that people find it, me myself included. Like I hope when I have the energy to get on here, whenever I'm not making other content, that I can just play with some homies in the freaking Discord. Which once again, if you've made it this far, you're a goat. But Discord down below. Like I just need people to just have fun, man. It's not always about winning. Winning is cool and all, but you know, as the good Lord would say, for anybody out there who's in with God and everything like that, like I would, what good is all the riches of the world and you lose your own soul, you know? And in this case, what good is all this winning you're doing if you ain't enjoying the game? You paid $100 for this game. Maybe some of y'all didn't, but I know a lot of people who did. That's the reason this game made so much money. You really gonna pay $100 to play one character on ranked mode? You really gonna pay $100 for Sparking Zero so that you could play one character and only play ranked mode? Come on, man. Let's have some fun with this game. Without further ado, Shinobi sign off. Great video. I didn't even expect this to be an hour, but hey, he cooked. He cooked. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.